Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of What's Up Spidey. And I just finished seeing Doctor Strange and it was pretty damn awesome. So I'm wearing my signature, I don't know how many videos I've worn this in, my pullover sweater that has Marvel characters on it. When in doubt, you're going to your Marvel movie, always get your Marvel sweater. Like, it has most of the characters on it. It's good enough for me. I'm tired, okay? So, I just got this new setup, which is pretty cool. I got it on Amazon. It was like $8 something because it went on sale for a brief minute. And it's this octopus, 3-leg octopus thing. And it comes with this little button. So now I don't have to reach over and turn you guys off whenever I'm done with this video. I'm just gonna click this button. Very exciting. Anyway, so it's gonna be easier for me to film and I'll be able to talk more without having to, you know. So, yes, Doctor Strange. So mind you guys, I did not read the Doctor Strange comic books when I was a kid because I was too young during that time period to read them, I think. And I think they were too complicated. I went into the movie knowing that Doctor Strange creates reality marvels and can slip out of his soul, and is essentially one of the more stronger characters in the Marvel universe. I would say if it was a 1 to 3 ranking, he would be third rank in the universe. But overall, it was a really good movie, I have to say. I really enjoyed how everything looked like a kaleidoscope. Benedict Cumberbatch did a very good job as Doctor Strange. And on top of that, Tila, I believe, that she played the Ancient One. She's always like a good actress or actor or whatever she is, or he is, them, as people say now, them, and they did a good job as the role of the Ancient One. I just love whenever they do movies, you know, it finds a way to just position itself in the role that I feel like I'm not watching a movie anymore. And it was pretty funny, you know, they had their funny parts, they had their dark spirit people. Basically, the movie's about Doctor Strange and his people, and they're like protectors of the other world, the world that is unseen from the human eye, the realm, that you might say. And since they're protecting the realm, it really looks like I have mascara scraped over this eye. Probably do. Don't care. But anyway, so they're protecting the realm from the other bad guy. Mind you, I'm not going to say their names because I really can't pronounce them. And there was so much action in the movie and I was like, this is so great. This is so exciting. And then me and my friends just kept saying, you know, if anybody was on any type of drug right now watching this shit, you would just be like, because the shit was so crazy, and it was so good though, but it was like reality marvel on top of reality marvel, and I like the thought process of that. And you know what it is too, you have to also think, what was Stan Lee doing during this time period that he created this character? Because this reality was all books, unseen, and I think that that's the amazing thing about being an artist, is that you have the ability, or writer, any type of artist, you know, you have the ability to see the unseen and believe that anything is possible. And it was like one of the major things that I remember that she said was, forget everything that you know. Right? And then they tap him and they push him into the other realm, and then he's like, but how did I get there? You have to teach me. Because basically in the beginning of the movie, he gets into a very bad car accident. He's like a world-renowned surgeon. A lot of people got confused because, like, in the trailer, she said, like, oh, you being a surgeon was one of your lives. No, it wasn't one of his lives. He was a surgeon. Like, he doesn't have multiple lives. He doesn't travel through time and have multiple lives. He was a surgeon in the beginning, got into a car accident because he was texting and driving. Now, do not text and drive. That's like the moral of the movie. Do not text and drive. Look what happens. You fucked up your whole hand. So I cursed again. He messed up his 2 hands, and he was a world-renowned neurosurgeon. Couldn't really perform surgery anymore because he ruined his body, you know, driving around, texting and driving, staring at a picture of somebody in his car as he was driving around. And I was like, damn. That, I mean, he lived. He fell off a cliff in his car, but he lived, and they did about 7 or 8 surgeries on his hands, but he still couldn't move his hands the way he wanted to. Then he found out that there was a place where this guy learned to walk again after he was paralyzed, a full body. And then he goes to that place, gets trained in the arts of the alternate universes, and then bad guy comes, right? Bad guy's like, I'm going to take from the bad universe and bring it here to Earth, and it's going to destroy us all, but it's a positive way of destroying us, because then we'll all live forever, yay! And then they're like, no, and the ancient one gets killed, and then the guy that lets him in, I forget his name, he was the guy in the green suit, and he was like, you know, you're using the powers badly, and I'm going to leave you now. And he, like, you know, the cool thing about Doctor Strange, and I think a lot of people, like, don't get, because a lot of my friends were like, oh, Doctor Strange looks like such a sucky movie. And it's like, you have to understand, this story was written in a time period where these realities were unheard of. You know, and that's the cool thing about it. A lot of people say, like, you know, Iron Man didn't get big until he hit the big screen. Iron Man was kind of big in Marvel vs. Capcom. Like, a lot of people, oh, Iron Man's in that game, so he's big from there. But I'm talking about in the Marvel universe. Like, he was a big character, but he was never given that big screen time, like how he was now. Like, a lot of people would know Iron Man, but Iron Man never had the reputation like Captain America. That even before the Captain America movie came out, you knew what the shield was, you know? And Spider-Man. Like, Spider-Man didn't need a movie for everybody to know who Spider-Man was. But Iron Man kind of did, you know? Like, people wouldn't know the arc reactor if they put it on a cup before the Iron Man movie came out, unless you were a super, you know, hardcore fan. But this is what I like about all these movies coming out, is that it educates people. It makes people want to read the comic books more. It makes people intrigued to learn more about the story. And also, we just have this Infinity Gauntlet thing that's coming. It's coming sooner or later. He's like, oh, because Wong tells him, he's one of the other guys that's hanging out with him. Wong's like, you can't be walking around with an Infinity Stone, because at the end of the movie he uses this eye medallion necklace to turn off all the bad, evil stuff and save the world and such. And there's an Infinity Gauntlet in it. Oh, Infinity Gauntlet, what's that? Alright, it's just an Infinity Gauntlet. I mean, not Infinity Gauntlet, Infinity Stone, which goes inside the Infinity Gauntlet, which we all know leads to Thanos. Guardians of the Galaxy doesn't come out this year. I think it comes out next year. But I'm just super excited, because you all remember when the Guardians of the Galaxy movie came out, and that was there, that, okay, the gauntlet is coming, you know, and then they show that little glimpse of Thanos, and we're like, oh, we're ready for it. But I really hope that now, after they're bringing all this up, that Thanos is going to be a really big character. You know, I can't fully review everything the way that I want to about Doctor Strange, because I feel like so much happened throughout the movie that I can't really all put into words. I actually really want to watch it again, so I could really focus in on what's happening in the movie the second time around, because there was so much action. I like that there wasn't really that much love scene, though. I was like, you know, sometimes they kill too much of the love scene, so I thought that was pretty good. At the end, first credit was Thor talking, which is really funny. Thor was talking with Doctor Strange, and they were sitting together having a conversation, and then Thor was like, oh, yeah, tea doesn't really do it for me. And then Doctor Strange changes his tea glass into a giant jug of beer, and then Thor drinks down the giant jug, and then it keeps on self-refilling. Oh, and his cape is awesome, because they were like, everybody gets their special item that has magical power stored inside of it that people cannot hold anymore. And his cape was his special item that he found, that's what helps him to levitate. I didn't know that. I'll just be honest. Like, I am a very huge fan of a lot of the Marvel comic books, but like I said, I'll admit it here, I don't know that much about Doctor Strange, except that I knew his name growing up and I thought he was awesome. But I think it was more so because when I was growing up and my dad was introducing me to all the comic books, I felt that he felt that I wasn't ready to grasp on to what Doctor Strange really was. So I only got the basics of his stuff. But the cape was awesome, costume was awesome, hairline, everything was really cool. Like, they made it work, you know? He really looked the part. At some point in the beginning of the movie, I was like, oh, look, it's Benedict Cumberbatch. But then toward the middle and end of the movie, I was like, that's Doctor Strange. Like, and I like that, you know? I like how you can see a big name actor in a movie as you're watching it, and then all of a sudden, they're not the actor anymore, and they just become the character. And I think that that's incredible. Like, I was like, this is a really great movie. So anyway, the second ending of the credit is the first disciple guy taking the power from the man that was crippled and saying, like, you know, I'm just upset, basically, because he's upset that, okay, we won, we beat the bad guys, but he's upset that everybody used, well, not everybody, that Doctor Strange used power that he wasn't supposed to really use to do it, and he was like, you know, but it's okay to bend the rules sometimes if it means to help. It's like, you don't understand what you're doing. This could really have a bad effect on the world. You know what? We can't have sorcerers, wizards anymore here. That's what Thor calls them. So you guys are wizards? Because, like, you know, kind of, you know, we're sorcerers. So you're wizards. No, we're sorcerers. It's like, so this guy just turns around and second credit, remember there's 2 credits and credit peak video things. First one comes right after the movie ends, the next one's right after all the credits. And basically, he's just sucking the magic energy from the guy that was crippled at first, and then he goes back to being crippled again. So that really sucks. Only thing is, like I said, like, this is round 1 of the movie, so I think we're really going to get a lot more information out of Doctor Strange as he comes into the second movie that he's going to be in, which is definitely going to be the Thor 3 movie that they basically announced already. And in the Thor 3 movie, we have a preview of what's going to be happening, is that, because of their conversation, that Thor is basically looking for his dad, Odin. And Doctor Strange knows all this, because Doctor Strange is like, you know, I'm in charge of watching over this realm, and your brother has magical power that he uses very badly, because Loki is kind of like a sorcerer too, you know, so, and he's like, you know, your brother does really bad shit, and uses bad magic and stuff, and I really have to watch him, and why is he here? You should take him back to Asgard. He's like, oh, well, my brother's here, Thor says, because we have to find my father. And he's like, oh, your father Odin? Yeah, my father Odin. So once you find Odin, you are going to go back to Asgard. And he's like, yep, pretty much. He's like, alright, well, let me go help you find Odin. But mind you guys, if we have a recap, we remember Odin is dead as a door now, right now, because Loki killed him. Just straight up killed him and then pretended that he was him at the end of Thor 2. But Loki hasn't been back since the Thor 2 movie, and I'm really excited to see Tom Henderson back in the movie as the role of Loki. I mean, I really liked him in, what was the movie that I had? Crimson Peak. Different role, you know, different movie, but was like, yes, he's actually a very good actor, and I'm really glad. I mean, I didn't know him until Avengers, and I'm glad that they gave him that role to really bring his name out there more for people to get to know him better. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys. Stay tuned. I'm definitely going to try to put the footage of me in Puerto Rico together. I didn't get that much as I thought I was going to get because I was only there for 3 days and it was more of a business trip than a vacation. But I'm going back in February, so if I don't have that much footage, I can't put anything together, I'll let you guys know in the next video that I couldn't do it. I'll maybe post some pictures or something. And then I'm hopefully flying back in February there, so I'll do a better, more extended video and put everything together then instead of trying to paste it all together now. And also, stay tuned for the next chapter review of Attack on Titan, which I'm pretty sure probably came out today. And I'm just going to review it later on because I had to see Doctor Strange before all the fucking spoilers came out. If you don't watch a Marvel movie when it comes out, all the spoilers come out and it ruins it for you. Just like this video. My video. I mean, at least I didn't spoil it that much. I don't remember the people's names, but it was good. Watch it. Subscribe. Bye, guys. Have a good one.